This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond.
Hey, this Actar, I'm still in the midst of writing my graduation thesis, but I just thought I'd pop by to say that I'm still alive and to give you guys a quick guide on how to operate Bandai's Dominator from Psycho Pass, the latest release in their stellar Proplica line. No, it's not going to be a full-on review, nor am I going to translate everything. I just thought that several people would benefit from it, seeing that the instructions are all in Japanese. Also, do note that there will be spoilers for the first season of Psycho Pass, so don't watch the video unless you want to be spoiled for two key events. I just got this in today, and interestingly enough, it was stopped and opened by the Checkpoint and Immigration Authority of Singapore, so if you do plan on getting this, just be forewarned that you might not get it mint in sealed box. Alrighty, first and foremost, there are four main buttons on this: the on and off switch, the mode select switch, the user select switch, and the crime coefficient button. They all do different things at different times, so it can get a little bit confusing. In fact, I'm kind of impressed at how much they managed to cram in here in terms of functionality, so much so that I'm not too disappointed that it can't transform and doesn't have the sound effects of the other two modes. So to get started, we turn it on. After initializing, you then go through the user authentication process. However, before that, you can press the mode select switch to toggle the volume of the sound effects. There are 4 levels in all. After that, you can press the user select switch to cycle through who you want to be recognized as. We have the unnamed inspector, which is the default, Tsunemori Akane, unnamed enforcer, Kogami Shinya, and unauthorized user in that particular order. Press either the trigger or the crime coefficient button to begin the user authentication process. If you choose unauthorized user, the entire device will be locked. To unlock it, just switch to a different user. You can switch users at any time. And once you have made your selection, and I'll go with Akane, you can begin normal operation. The trigger will initially be locked. So what you do is press the crime coefficient button for the Dominator to determine the target's crime coefficient. If it's below 100, the trigger will remain locked. If it's over 100, you can go ahead and fire. Note that the crime coefficient that's red will sometimes be that of an inspector when you're an enforcer, turning the LEDs red in addition to locking the trigger. A very nice touch. Now, that's not all. You can actually determine the crime coefficient of the target by pressing the mode select button. Doing so will trigger even more signature lines from the show. It's set to random by default. Pressing the button will cycle through the following modes. Crime coefficient always below 100. Always above 100. And link error. By pressing the crime coefficient button in this mode, the Dominator will fail to establish a link with the Sybil system, locking the device. Pressing it one more time will get you back to random. But that's still not all. We have 2 special modes. Firstly, if you've selected to be Akane during the user select process, you can activate the quote-unquote dramatic mode where you can reenact the scene where Makishima's crime coefficient kept getting lower. Press and hold the mode select button and a shot will be fired. From here on out, with each press of the crime coefficient button, the crime coefficient will continue to drop until it reaches 0. It would then repeat the cycle until you press the mode switch button again to reset it.
犯罪係数79執行対象ではありません。トリガーをロックします。犯罪係数アンダー50執行対象ではありません。トリガーをロックします。犯罪係数48執行対象ではありません。トリガーをロックします。犯罪係数32執行対象ではありません。トリガーをロックします。犯罪係数アンダー20執行対象ではありません。トリガーをロックします。犯罪係数0執行対象ではありません。トリガーをロックします。
Finally, we have the Dominator with the safety permanently unlocked a la the final few episodes of the first season. Press and hold the user select button until the LEDs change color.
Safety 常時解除モードノンリーサルパラライザーただし他の捜査官には露見しないよう運用には細心の注意を払ってください
Here, nothing except the trigger will function. And if you want to change modes or to reset it, you have to turn it off and on again. So, that's pretty much the Dominator in a nutshell. As a replica nut, I myself find this piece to be nothing short of phenomenal. If you're a fan of Psycho Pass and even if you hate the second season, I guarantee that you'll have a blast, pun intended, with this prop. So, this is Zach saying, see you guys in the next episode.